My name is Nicole Frisk, and I'm a mortuary science student at the University of Minnesota. Before I ever considered a career as a funeral director, I really had no idea what I wanted to do for a career. I was very interested in science. I competed in state, regional, and even international science fairs for about 10 years. I was also very interested in artwork, and I won many citywide and statewide art competitions for my work. I attended business camp, and I enjoyed a very wide variety of classes, and I really struggled to find a field that incorporated all of my many interests. I first became interested in the field of mortuary science when I visited the historic Lakewood Cemetery in Minneapolis when I was on a field trip in middle school. The mortician who led our tour was very enthusiastic about his work, and he really made me think about funeral service in a way that I never had before. After that, whenever I attended funerals, I paid attention to the role of the funeral director and the very important work that they did with families and the community. In high school, I found out about the mortuary science program at the University of Minnesota, and I was really interested right away. The curriculum was very diverse, and it seemed to incorporate all my interests like art, science, business, and social studies. All the students there seemed really passionate about their work, and there was a really strong focus on helping families and serving as part of the community. After that, mortuary science was really the only major I could imagine, and I haven't regretted it for a moment. There are many ways in which I'd like to make a difference in funeral service. First of all, I'd like to explore and promote new developments in the field, such as environmentally friendly alternatives to traditional cremation and burial, as well as non-traditional funeral services. Also, as a funeral professional, I'd like to focus on community involvement. I'd like to raise community awareness and understanding of death care professions by participating in organizations such as school and hospice boards, where I can act as a local expert on death care professions. Finally, as a funeral director, I would like to work with local resources such as grief therapists, grief counselors, and other mental health care professionals to ensure that every client is provided with exceptional aftercare programs. As funeral directors, I feel that's important to know that our job doesn't end with the funeral, but rather extends far into the recovery process. Besides empathy, compassion, and strength, today's funeral director also needs tact, discretion, and a professional demeanor. Funeral directors need tact in order to effectively communicate with clients and their families, need discretion to protect the sensitive information they are often trusted with, and a professional demeanor in order to represent their funeral home and the funeral service industry in a positive manner. It is also extremely important for funeral directors to be aware of the different cultures in their surrounding communities. Many communities represent a wide variety of cultures, many of which have very different funeral traditions. While it's impossible to know everything about every culture, it's very possible to know how to understand and learn about and make an effort to accommodate different cultures and their funeral customs. This way, the funeral director can root their business firmly in the community by creating truly meaningful experiences for their clients. Apart from my success in my mortuary science studies, I have many experiences and skills that would be an asset in the field of funeral service. I've spent the last 2 years regularly volunteering at the local hospital, doing aromatherapy, hand massage, and visiting with patients. In my volunteer experience, I have had many hours of direct contact with patients and their families in both regular and hospice care. The experience has taught me a lot about working with patients and their families who are both facing very difficult times. In addition to communication skills within healthcare, I also have much experience with leadership and community involvement at the University of Minnesota. I'm a member of the University Medical Reserve Corps, which is an organization that works with other healthcare professionals in order to provide public health services such as mass vaccine clinics, as well as prepare for potential medical disasters in the Minneapolis area. Another experience that has been very beneficial to me is my job as a community advisor in one of the residence halls at the University of Minnesota. As a community advisor, my job is to be a live-in resource for first-year students in the Women in Science and Engineering Living Learning community, also known as WISE House. I help them find opportunities and resources on campus, organize social and educational events, and I'm also there for them to come to with any personal conflicts, anxieties, or dilemmas that they face during their first year of college. My community advisor position also gives me a unique opportunity to work with foreign students and students of very diverse backgrounds and experiences. In addition to the cultural experience I've gained as a community advisor working at the university, I also have language skills that are very beneficial when working with a diverse community. I'm proficient in both spoken and written Russian language, and I will have completed a minor in Russian language and literature after this semester. I also speak basic Spanish and am learning more. In conclusion, I am very excited about my future career in mortuary science, and I very much appreciate this opportunity to apply for your scholarship. Thank you very much.